What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Kitaj NBA, and today we have our final decision. I mean, honestly, I think it's final, but you never know because anything could happen in these last coming days of the NBA season. We could see some incredible performances, some bad performances, some things that will turn the tables maybe a little bit. But for the most part, I think I've narrowed down who I have winning the MVP award this season. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's done. I'm pretty sure this is who I think's deserves. Sorry, yeah, I know who I think's gonna win. I know who I think deserves it. And it's the same guy. Yeah, we're gonna get into this right now. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like. If you agree with this assessment, please don't forget to leave a like. Comment an idea down below. Comment if you think should win MVP. If you think I'm right or wrong about this. Subscribe if you're new. And yeah, be prepared. Let's get into this. So this really doesn't have a whole lot to do with the game today, but if you didn't watch it, I'll fill you in. Basically, in the Rockets-Thunder game, these two teams, they played in Houston, and what basically happened was the Thunder got ran out the gym. The Rockets were not missing any type of three-point shots. They had 110 points at the end of three quarters. Lou Williams made his first 9 shots. I believe 6 of those were three-pointers. It was bonkers. They scored 137 points in total, but they really could have scored more. I mean, if this was a closer game, they would have had their starters out there in that fourth quarter, and they probably would have scored 145 plus. I mean, just based off of what had happened, okay, maybe that's a little bit of a stretch, but still, you guys get the point. The Rockets were going bananas from beyond the arc. I don't know why. And in general, they scored 137, and they gave up 125, which is a lot. But when you can put up that many, it's it doesn't even matter, right? This, like I said before, doesn't really have anything to do with it because James Harden had a decent game. He played really well as the lead guy. You know, he guided his teammates. It's not like he was getting a score or an assist on every play, but he was the guy running the show. And, you know, all these open looks are a product of the system that is him. James Harden is the system for this Houston Rockets team. If you don't have James Harden, you don't have the system. You have a bunch of guys that can shoot threes, but no one really to put the ball in their hands, to move the ball, to get it going. And Russell Westbrook, he had a monster game in this one. He had 39 points, 13 and 10. I think that was 13 assists and 10 rebounds. I think it was 39. I know he had 39 points. I'm pretty sure in 13, 10. I think that's what happened. But anyway, he had a great statistical game. The Thunder lose again. They're in the 6th seed right now. I don't know why I said again because, you know, they've been doing a little bit better lately. But the Rockets are just proving their dominance. And you look at the standings, they're the 3rd best team in the NBA. And they got one superstar player or star player, and it's James Harden, and that is my MVP this year. And I'm gonna go into all of it. The reasons why Westbrook should win MVP are not as good as the reasons why Harden should win MVP, and I'm gonna explain it to you. So, for everybody that's telling me, oh well, look who's averaging the triple double, look who's putting up 30, 10, and 10, or you know, Westbrook technically at 31 points per game, 10.5 rebounds, and almost 10.5 assists. This guy's most likely, I mean, come on. There's really no chance that he doesn't average a triple-double. And it's crazy. It's history making itself before our eyes. And he's going to do it. And not only will he average a triple-double, but he's going to be putting up 30-plus a game while doing it. Now, Kitaj, how could you possibly suggest anybody else than the guy averaging a triple-double? Well, let's take a look at Harden's numbers. 29.5 points, 11 assists, and 8 rebounds. That's 1.5 less points, 1 more assist, and 2.5 less rebounds. So you're telling me that regardless of any other circumstance, just because Russell Westbrook gets 2.5 more rebounds and 1 more or 2 more points per game, not to mention the fact that he's got a way higher usage rate, he's less efficient from the field, from the three-point line, he's not as productive of a scorer because he doesn't get to the line as much as James Harden does. You're telling me that just because he gets 2.5 more rebounds, that he gets that he gets 2 more points and doesn't even get as many assists as James Harden, that just because he has double digits of his numbers that he should win the MVP? Are you saying that if he had 9.9 assists per game that it wouldn't be nearly as big of a deal? Because to me it's like, well, the difference between 9.9 assists and 10 assists is literally 0.1 assists. No difference. For me, averaging 9.9 assists is just as impressive as averaging 10 assists. Like, there's really no difference. You can round up. Who cares? Everybody is so hung up on this triple-double thing, which is the problem. And you know why? Because we're focusing on statistics. We're focusing on the numbers rather than the W's, the things that actually matter. All of our minds are guided to these numbers. The objective of basketball is not to put up great numbers. We're not watching teams play just so one guy can have a triple-double. And I'm not saying that Russell Westbrook is trying to get triple-doubles or anything. I'm saying that the whole point of basketball is to win the game. As fans, we should be more focused on that than the triple-doubles. Now, I know, look at his team. Look at how trash his shooting around him is. Look at how bad his bench unit is. Look, I know, I get it. Russell Westbrook doesn't have a whole lot of help, really at all. I mean, that team, it's not very good. It reminds me, and I someone I know was talking about this. It's a little bit reminiscent of the team LeBron James had back in the early years with the Cleveland Cavaliers. He doesn't have it's like that type of talent, really. And I agree. I mean, really, look at that team. Look at the team Russell Westbrook's on. He's got some decent players on his squad, I'm not gonna lie, but no one even close to being able to take over a game. Victor Oladipo is the closest guy to that, and he's just not consistent enough for me to be that guy. So obviously, look, it's close. I'm not gonna sit here and act like James Harden it's just like a landslide and there's no competition whatsoever, okay? That is not the case at all. What I'm saying is that, look, you can't tell me that Russell Westbrook should win the MVP because of his numbers. There's absolutely no way, because James Harden's numbers are damn near just as good. He doesn't have the ball as much, so they're probably as good or better now that's mentioned. The guy is passing the ball more. The guy is letting his teammates do more work. Obviously, he probably has better teammates, so, that's convenient enough for him. But then you look at the wins. You look at you look at his efficiency, okay? He's better in those categories as well. The fact that, if James Harden was averaging maybe like 3 less points, 2 less assists, 2 less rebounds or something like that, then I could probably swing the other way and give this thing to Westbrook. But just the fact that James Harden is putting up all these numbers, he's having a damn near perfect season. The way he's playing, he's flawless almost. I mean, aside from the turnovers, and I can't hold that against him really, because Westbrook's committing basically the same amount of turnovers anyway. Harden's a little bit more turnover prone just because, his usage rate is lower, but his turnovers are higher. That's one thing that I will give the edge to Westbrook in. The whole point of this is that overall, James Harden's more effective as a player. He does things better overall. He's a better shooter. He's shown his ability to get his teammates involved more. And it's not like these guys are great players. Look at the players that he's elevated the games of. Clint Capella, we didn't really know anything about him this season. He's been great. I mean, he's been phenomenal as a center, and it's all because of James Harden. He's setting him up for those alley-oops under the basket. He knows exactly how to get him involved. Guy like Trevor Ariza, Ryan Anderson, Eric Gordon, all having great years because of James Harden. He makes his teammates better. That's really my main reason for taking this guy, is because what he's done with his teammates. A lot of people are saying, well, those guys are all really solid players, but nobody was talking about them like that last year when this team was an 8 seed. And even the guys that came over, like Gordon and Anderson, they were on the Pelicans. They weren't really doing much, but James Harden pretty much and Mike D'Antoni resurrected their careers with his play, with his ability to set them up. Those guys are having terrific years now. More guys. Lou Williams, look what he's doing. I know he's been having a great season on the Lakers too, but on the Rockets, his impact has been incredible. Look what he did today. He had 31 points. Didn't miss till his 10th shot. I mean, come on. These guys are a product of this system, which is James Harden. Like I said at the beginning of the video, and I said it again, it's all because of him. He is the one that drives this team. You might say, well, he's got great talent around him. Well, he's making the talent great. I'm telling you. These guys, if Russell Westbrook had these guys, I don't think they'd be this good, okay? Because I think if you switched them, I think that a guy like Oladipo he's playing better. I feel like, guys under the bat like Steven Adams is getting, and this is not to discredit Russell Westbrook at all, because these are two of the top players in the league in terms of getting their teammates better, top players in the league regardless. I think James Harden is just a little bit higher in that category than Russell Westbrook is. Look at what he's done. Look at his teammates. Look at how well they're playing. They're on pace. I mean, if they win every game, which is obviously a stretch, they're winning 60 games. Just think of the comeback season. Think of how bad they were last year, how disappointing they were, and now look, they're 51-22. They're on top of the world basically. Third best team in the NBA by record. That James Harden takes the cake for me. Guys, let me know what you think of this argument. Who you think should win this award? It's been a great year for MVP front runners. I mean, we've seen a ton of guys' names get mentioned in this MVP conversation, a lot better than it was last year. We had Steph Curry run away with it, not nearly as fun, but we got guys competing for this award, and it's tight. And I'm taking James Harden all the way. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, this can do it. I'm out. Thanks for watching, y'all. Peace.